Right, hello. We're back. Oh yeah, so
I'll keep it down.
we actually can just shoot the swarm, I guess.
Mosquito stings have been known to cause auditory confusion before death. So if you cannot understand this message, that may be why.
Seem to be fighting the drones that we released.
I just want to be your friend!
I just want to be your friend!
Who's talking?
They got the drop on us.
The strong survive and the weak perish!
Whoa, so cool. I'm actually doing it. Uh-oh. Can't use violent combat.
With those banks that he has established tortures for your patience as the colonization cycle commences. Don't forget, our trees and bushes can pollinate themselves.
Get away from me! Ah! Am I still alive? Hey. I think I become invincible whenever I'm close to dying. That's why I guess. I guess I needed to sneak in. Maybe flamethrower would have worked. Do they even have that? Grenade launcher? I do have flamethrower actually.
I just want to be your friend!
Mosquito stings have been known to cause auditory confusion before death. So if you cannot understand this message, that may be why.
Yeah, this works nicely.
Ah, my eyes! I got another spicy.
Organization cycle initiated at the order of authorized user. Warning: this system has been illegally accessed by a person or persons not employed by the Resource Corporation. Brute force to trigger an unscheduled pollination cycle was used to override this device's control. Protected records and documents may be compromised. Caution is advised. From Amchan to Lawson, real funny. Hilda, generally, when two co-workers get blasted out of their minds on Spectrum vodka, and one of them makes a joke about how wild it would be if someone put wasps and mosquitoes together. He doesn't wake up the next day with a promotion and a couple of 100,000 rabbit insects on his back porch. I can appreciate a good joke as much as the next guy, but I got a message earlier today about making sure I increase quarterly yields, and it wasn't from you. If you wanted to, I don't know, bail me out sooner rather than later, I'd be most obliged, Morris. From Chen to Lawson. Hilda, I'll put it bluntly. This place is one bad key press away from total disaster. Earlier today, I accidentally selected the begin pollination cycle function on this terminal. The cycle just activated, no password protection, no confirmation message, nothing. As it so happened, there was a scheduled tour making its way through the orchards at about that moment. Somehow that idiot groundkeeper's exterminator mechanicals got activated, giving the mosquitoes something to sting that wasn't the tour group. Those people barely got away with their lives, and I don't think we'll be so lucky next time. My supervisor was apparently scheduled me for some kind of standard medical treatment, but when I come back I better have a message from you apologizing for not responding to my messages and containing an immediate transfer to somewhere that isn't here. I've had enough. I've reread my last message to you, and I feel I owe you the deepest and most heartfelt apologies. I have been such an entitled boor since I've received this promotion. In reality, I should have been thanking you. To oversee the day-to-day coming and going of creatures as majestic as these mosquitoes is a great honor. Congratulations on your promotion, by the by. I would have thought I'd be mad, especially considering how central my mosquitoes were to your new position, but since that treatment I've found it difficult to stay mad about much of anything. I hope you enjoy Byzantium. Regards, Morris Chen. What was the name of the supervisor of this place? Who knows? 150 of this one bin? What is in that bin? Okay, I guess I got another vodka. Just randomly. The Not Hot vendor about Spectrum vodka. This flamethrower was a lifesaver. It's not even that upgraded. Bush creep. Oh no. They're still out.
May the law have mercy on you. I won't.
Nice. What was I doing? Science weapon damage, I guess? Okay, wait, I want to see and confirm that it doesn't show an increase in science weapon damage. Right now, it's 36 damage, 73 DPS, 36, 73. It's the same.
A sweetest hello to you again. Rizzo's does now with a puzzle head.
Welcome to the night. Now,
Have you sold any Spectrum from the storage warehouse shipment?
wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste.
I don't know what I'm missing exactly. Wish there was a checklist, but... God damn it. Spectrum, vodka, yellow. Violet, yellow. Okay, how about name? How is that not sorted by its value? Okay, there we go. Brown, black, blue, green, orange, red, violet, yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have all of them? Why is it not... That's all of them. Why is it not complete? I guess I should just come back and try to use that device.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off. I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
How's the investigation going? You got a complete report for me yet?
I'm still looking.
Well, at the moment I can't do a whole lot with this vulture. So I suppose
Real.
there's something else.
Any leads on the nursery?
Got a lot of dead saplings that'll cost us a lot of bits. I've got a feeling someone poisoned them somehow.
What happened to the exterminator automac depot?
The mechanicals were hacked.
Well, it's all been just this one intern.
The tower processing console is completely...
Is that all? I didn't miss something? Yeah, that's it.
You're back, I see. How's the...
I've completed my investigation.
All right, let's hear the details.
A ring was spilled over the processing console, shorting it out.
A drink? I ain't never heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it. I hate to say it, but that sounds more like worker carelessness.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't even need to cause you problems. Your own workers do enough.
And herbicide was mixed in with the fertilizer, which ended up killing the saplings.
Ha! Knew Slug was behind the damn sabotage.
Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stems, not some half-assed poisoning.
I took care of the roaming exterminator automacs.
Huh. You didn't destroy any of them? Reckon I would have lost that bet. Thanks.
One less expense for you to explain to your bosses, Hathaway. Lucky you.
So what were the fine details of the sabotage anyhow? Were Slug's lackeys trying to get the mechanicals to kill all our waspitos?
What? You are worried that Slug is trying to mess with your livelihood.
Of course. And what better way to do that than by targeting our pollinizers? They'd be a hell of a pain to kill manually. But if you set the mechanicals to do it...
In your delusional fantasy, the waspitos wouldn't be out until next pollinization cycle. Wouldn't someone notice the rampant mechanicals beforehand?
That seems like a question you should be asking yourself.
I know already who did this. Like, why can't I just say it? Or are we talking about the pollination cycle that just happened? Is there a way to manually initiate the pollination cycle?
Well, yes, it's possible to manually start and end cycles in Hive Control, but we keep a careful watch on it. And there have been no non-Rizzo's personnel in or out.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't Slug, then who the hell was it?
And Summers caused your problems, but she didn't do it on purpose.
Summers? The intern? I didn't really take her for a meddlesome type. But now that I think about it, that's why she'd be a perfect saboteur. I'll deal with her later. Right now, we of the Orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're gonna get. Can you mediate?
Ah, what the hell. The Orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is agitating.
Reese will have beads to spare after the brown unveiling. Could pay then, with interest.
Never like paying bits if I ain't gotta, but you're right. If we get production finished now, we'll be able to pay later. Thoughts, Slug Boy?
I think that's the first interesting suggestion I've heard since our back and forth began. Slug can wait for an increase in costs. I hope we won't have this conversation again.
Now that that's out of the way, we can discuss the intern. If she was really causing all that trouble, I will delight in severing her from her job.
Your intern confessed to being inept. She honestly seemed like she just wanted to help.
Even if I were inclined to believe you, that's some damn severe incompetence you're talking about. I still wouldn't want someone like that working the orchards.
Yep. Perhaps you could be of use to each other.
What the hell are you proposing? Let her burn the orchards down while I stand behind her and applaud? We ain't got nothing to exchange.
Maybe having an ally here would make your job less miserable.
Or it would give me a weak spot to be exploited by my enemies. Ah, sod it. Maybe you're right. I hate having to look over my shoulder. Use your pay, with a little extra for getting to the bottom of things. It's gonna be real interesting in the orchards for the foreseeable future. Thanks, I guess.
More money. How much do I have? It's only 18,000 still. Not sure on what I was spending it on.
So, our situation is finally resolved. At the end of the day, it's almost amazing how easily you were able to solve both of our issues. Shame you aren't living in Byzantium. Could have been an intercorporate diplomat. But at the moment, I'm more than pleased to take advantage of your considerable skill. Thanks for ending this nightmare, Inspector.
Alright. I guess we could quickly teleport. And get another science weapon? Still points me somewhere else. 7 out of 8? What do you mean? What? How is that possible? Is there some kind of color that does not match, or what? Black? Is that brown? Wait, there is brown. Mind attributes, -2 dexterity, -2 mind attributes. Wait, what? Vodka wheelies. So it's After Effects. Oh, now I see this weapon. Oh, there's no... Wait, there's no brown? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Indigo. Why is Indigo? Why is Indigo is not on this list? Oh, because that's what I found. Okay, Jesus. Indigo. I guess that's what I need. Damn it. Will show me where to go. Oh, I guess yes. Oh wait, that's where the hut is. I've never even been here. The Dissident Queen, Chapter 1. Are those wholesome Helen? A different team I spy, crouching in the dark like terrified sprats. A fine job you two did on my ship. Most of my crew was turned to bits by the rampaging beasts. I have found you to pay you back, with interest. I say we shall defer that payment, shouted Typhon Tim, and his hand flew to his holstered automag. Ere his fingers even touched the weapon's grip, he was struck 15 times in the face by a hail of bullets from Mercer's weapons, at which point he promptly expired. Helen, cool as usual in the face of death, hefted her bottle of nearly 100% Milgra-free purple berry liqueur and hurled it toward the villain. Her aim was truant as ever, and the projectile struck Mercer in the forehead, knocking him out so soundly he could not even utter a curse. "Fine aim, ma'am," said a woman close by once the other patrons' cheers subsided. "Though I must say I am sorry for your friend." "I was, as was I, at first, but then I witnessed what lay in the wake of the bullets. Look." And as she gestured at what was left of Typhon's team hand, something small and black began to wriggle among the gore. When I come back to the base game, it's just going to be like no difficulty at all.
Captain, you just found a Rizzo's product I might actually like.
Level 30, science weapon, long gun, damage 70, light ammo. Developed in Rizos Research and Development District Labs. This minigun is both inspired and powered by Rizos Spectrum vodka. Shoot some vodka shots and taste the rainbow. Wait, so it only works on bottle? No. What? Jeez. So it needs to start up first. Interesting. So you could double that DPS and plus another 25% on top. Still not that great, really, compared to others. At least on paper. Okay, what's next?
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Halcyon Helen's death was the worst part of all this.
The brochure never mentioned anything about her.
How do I get there?
Oh, you're the inspector. Welcome. Has anyone helped you with your luggage yet?
Please excuse our mess. We're working hard to remove all the valuable treasures our valued guests have misplaced into our pipes. Per usual, items recovered from the sewage inhaler will be auctioned off at the start of the month to employees of the Grand Colonial Hotel. Wait. Nothing special? No murder weapons or anything? What do I get on the other side?
Get anything good for lunch?
Pea-free nut butter and jelly-free jam on.
Notice the Grand Colonial Hotel service elevator is out of order and will be for the foreseeable future. Please use the stairs to transport all equipment to and from the employee quarters until further notice. Additional liniments will be dispensed for those who for whose back pain becomes too severe to continue providing the impeccable service our hotel is known for. Key to a room in employee quarters section of the Grand Colonial. Alright. Damn it. They must have a key, right? Wait. Maybe I don't need it. Work IDs of Helen's sidekicks. This pile of cartridges contains the IDs of Halcyon Helen's sidekicks who were killed, mortally wounded, mulched, melted, torn to ribbons, decapitated, or turned into mechanicals in the line of duty or otherwise identified post-mortem. Type and team blah, blah, blah. Did they actually did actors die in real life? Is that how it works? Gee, what the hell is this? The spectacular and thrilling and great adventures of Elaine Norville and Halcyon Helen. Oh, that's the bellboy. And because the ever-resolute Lord Bellhope Elaine Norville has brought his automatic Spacer's Choice auto pistol, now with added explosive ammo, which he held in his big muscular hands, the gigantic horde of rabid canids was all dead. Halcyon Helen, looking very beautiful as always, with her beautiful eyes and lips and nice shoes, she quickly grabbed Lord Bellhope Elaine Norville's hand. "Oh, thank you so much, Ellen," she sighed slowly, patting her beautiful eyes at him also slowly. "You are the best partner I have ever teamed up with. You are so big and strong and good at shooting. I wish I had had you with me from day one, then maybe I would not have so many dead sidekicks." It ain't no big deal, Purple Birch Cakes," chuckled Lord Bellhope Elaine Norville, as he took a puff from his cigarette and blew the smoke from the barrel of his Spacer Choice auto pistol at the same time. "I'm just a wandering assassin. Being good at shooting stuff is only because I am part of my job." "Yes, you are, and you are so handsome," sighed the beautiful Helen. "Thank you," chuckled Lord Bellhope Elaine Norville. Just then they started to go for a kiss, but wait! Just as the romance was about to happen, suddenly a hand had grabbed Ellen's leg. Helen screams. It's me, the dissident lord. I am here to get you and take your bits and give them to everyone else for free." So they're also supposed to be communists, philosophists. Screams the dissident lord as the villain began to crawl out of the dirt, or socialists, I guess. His zombie army was also crawling to the surface behind him as well. "I guess there's only one thing to do," sneered the heroic Lord Bellhope, as he took a big Hammersmith flamethrower out of his back pockets that he had been keeping secret for just this occasion. "Time to make some dissident steaks." give me some things to shoot. Jesus. So it shoots with all the elements? Like quickly switching between them? Give me things! God damn it. Stupid sprats. Yeah, this might be a very powerful weapon actually. Exactly 55. Improved silver tongue kit. Yeah, there we go. Damn it, so wait. But I can put on this hacking gear. Done. Engineer's note: you have accessed the Bob Mott's personal minimal effort door control protocol. If you are reading this message and you are not Bob Mott's, exit this console immediately. And do not enter my personal quarters. Robert, this is to inform you that tampering with hotel property is unacceptable. You were not authorized to repair the malfunctioning time clock. I know you were eager to avail yourself of Riza's free tour in exchange for 10,000 hours of the clock, but you've forgotten where your loyalties lie. By accepting that free tour, you would have unwittingly agreed to become a part of the Rizos family. You are Slug, not Rizos. Or rather, you were Slug. I'm disappointed in you, Robert. Consider this message your termination notice, effective on receipt. Okay, one sec. I'm gonna refill my drink. Be right back. Actually, we'll leave this, I guess. Alright. Let's continue. Also recently watched Orion and the Dark. It's a little kids movie, I guess. But the screenwriter on that was Charlie Kaufman, which is a pretty good one. And not very popular among people. And the movie was nice. The beginning was probably the best part of it, but it is kind of fell apart a bit in the end. I would still recommend to try it. Like, the writing is much better than most of the animation movies you would see usually. Whoa, what's happening here? Souls. Yep. Oh no. Why are you... Let me move. Why was I blocked before? What the... Now I can go through. Weird. Remove the wall panel. This panel has been removed, judging by the scorch marks on the sides and the blowtorch abandoned on the floor. Its removal does not conform to company guidelines. What the hell is this? I mean, one of the parasites, but why is it yellow? What does that mean? Thunderclap? 300 damage? Not for quiet assassination. Consider wearing earplugs. Still worse than Osball sticks. Should I just leave it? Should I kill it? Janitor's private diary just lying around here in the hole. My new living quarters are real swell, but I'm having a bit of trouble getting to sleep every night. Management kinda offered to board me up in the hallway while they commandeer my room for Spectrum launch storage. Since then, I swear I've been seeing things. Now I'm not sure it's due to lack of sleep on account of the darned leaky pipe above my bed, but last night I saw something like a giant worm slither past me. Now don't get me wrong, I'm entirely grateful over all the space I now have, but I have to find a way to get some of rest before I go completely mad. Is he a better man person?
I'm trapped. In room A3. Please. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it.
The hell? Movement speed during TTD was 110%. Tactical time dilation recharge plus 20. Where said time waits for no one, has it met you? Was it she who was talking?
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. And I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door's stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
Hastily written note. To whom it may concern, please consider this note as a service request to fix A3's faulty door. I deeply apologize for not following proper protocols with this informal request, but my terminal is broken. Too broken to submit as a service request from form to fix it. I normally would never thumb my nose at our standard operating procedures, but I've been stuck in my room for several days now, and I believe I will likely starve to death quite soon. Well, I hope to hear from someone soon in regards to processing this urgent request. Thank you. Why is this note here? Not... It's also... There's like a giant hole here. Why couldn't you just... leave? Trace amounts of spread saliva on this current stump former arm indicates the starving bellhop fed the starving creatures with her flesh. It's a shame she was unwilling to eat her herself first. What? Sick riders.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This collection of frozen food has not been restocked in some time. Many of these items are not available in the Grand Colonial, and must have been brought in from outside. The fridge was transported here from one of the guest bedrooms upstairs.
Okay, what does that give us, though? Armor mod gadget. This mod stuns and damages melee attackers. This effect has a cooldown. Handwritten note. I have eaten the purple berries which were in the refrigerator and which you were probably saving for breakfast. They were awful. I'm running out of those lockpicks.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a 0.8 meter radius of this locked door.
I still don't have perception. Jeez. Could you narrow that down for me?
This floor panel is 0.3 millimeters shorter than regulation length, suggesting unauthorized modification.
So even if I don't have the stats, it will just tell me. It's the matter of if I'm going to impress this machine that I know a thing or two, and that's it. So, like, what the fuck? This whole game was being like that. Has been like interaction with every other person. It's just very similar. You do the skill check and it's like, oh wow, cool, you are a smart person. I'm so impressed. Anyway. Where did I get A2 keycard? I've frozen myself. Wasn't there a blowtorch? Can I take that blowtorch and make another hole in a different place? Guess not.
You trying to get us off?
What do you think you're doing?
We're just leaving.
Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
I hope you catch the killer soon, Inspector. I don't want to see the Grand Colonial shut down.
Wow! I haven't felt this great in ages.
I feel like I've been everywhere at this point here. I guess we'll just keep going. Try to do something else. So, if I tinker with this, I can't. So level 30 is the highest? No. Here's 31. $170 bits. 200s. Okay, that's not the cap. Oh, 200 is cap. So the actual cap would be how much? If 200 is 10%, then I just would need to multiply it by 10, that would be 2000. That's not bad. So to get it to level 30, it upgraded 14 times, which is 2,800 credits. Is there a faster way? Tinker items can be no greater than 5 levels above your own. Increase your character level to tinker this item. Oh, this is how it works. Alright. Alright, that's better than just allowing your character to tinker forever. Otherwise, you could just pick one weapon and upgrade it. Oh shit, I forgot to switch armor. How's that going to lower my stats? What? It's augmented toughening. It somehow lowers my stats instead. I guess it's wrong. Geographic scanner 5 meters versus I guess I still like it more.
Nice and easy.
What the hell is happening?
Did we win? How exciting!
More exciting than I thought.
This Gatling gun is crazy. Chlorine soul plus hydrogenated DE former? What? Rizzo's employee journal. It seems Rizzo's has set me up with a rather straightforward task. Slug has an automatic mixer for their pool cleaner. If it's automatic, one would think it would need to be manually cycled, but I suppose I should be thankful it works at all. Wouldn't need to be manually cycled. Instructions: mix the chemicals by cycling each vat, then use the console to create a compound once you have the desired combination. Not exactly building a terraformer here, but no matter how simple these things are, some people will still have problems. Good that I've been at this for as long as I have. Chemicals: chlorine nozzle red number 1, muriatic acid, green, number 2. Brominating oxalator, yellow, number 3. Blue water coloring, 422, blue, number 4. Hydrogenated defoamer, orange, number 5. Seems odd to store all these chemicals together. Putting some of these together would render that pool less habitable than some of the sulfur pits on Monarch. Perhaps that's why they decided to hire a professional. Beneath the entry, there is a note in... Beneath the entry, there's a note in different handwriting. Any opportunistic freelancer that reads this should meet me on the hotel balcony. I have a business opportunity. Well, first let's hear this guy out, I guess.
I saw you meander on out of the pool and into the greenhouse. Now you're here. Does that mean what I think it means?
I read your note. Suffice it to say I'm interested.
Good. If you're interested in burying the pool, I'm interested in paying you.
Why go after a hotel pool? Not exactly the most high-profile target.
Maybe not. Maybe I just want Rizzo's working relationship with Slug to implode for the benefit of Spacer's Choice. But you're right. It ain't high profile. And it ain't gotta be. Any damage to Rizzo's is cause for celebration. You ain't gotta concern yourself with my spite. Consider me an average Byzantine, and I'll consider you an average contractor.
For Spacer's Choice, though. Yeah, I don't think I want to get wrapped up in intercorporate politics.
Shame. Well, I hope you'll soon see Rizzo's for what they are, and help me bring them low.
You know better. It's probably some ammo. Why wouldn't he do it himself? If he had been there, he could have concocted something himself. There's 3 things. 2 of them are yellow. 1 is blue. So what the hell am I supposed to do with that? Three, 4, 3. What? How do I... Oh, okay. So when I mix them, what happens? Are they going straight to the pool or collected somewhere? I only have 3 vats and I need to mix 5 things. I guess there was water and something else. I think it was green, so maybe it was muriatic acid. Am I supposed to remember that? Reveals fertilizer from the purple berry orchard was in the pool water. Fertilizer. Playing journal revealed the method to his madness. His color and number coded the chemicals to create various mixes. It should be possible to recreate a pool cleaner using the chemical mixer in the sample lure. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do this. Well, I guess I could mix these, but then... I can't mix 2 things together. I mean, I can't add 2 things after. Just 5 total. What? Oh wait, pool cleaner is a different thing. Okay. So blue water was 4. Alright. Chlorisol. Red 1. 4-1. Defoamer 5. There's no water though. There's just a puddle. When a human cowers, you gain plus 25% armor for 10 seconds. And the last one, chance to cower, resets after 10 seconds, allowing damage the human to cower again. I feel like after 10 seconds, there's going to be no point of that.
Oh, thanks a million, Inspector. The smell cleared right up. Well, in a couple hours, the guests might even be back. Then I actually gotta start doing my job. Of course, we're not gonna get a follow-up shipment for the water anytime soon, so they'll have to content themselves on the deck. I got a little something for making my job that much less miserable. It's the key to our storeroom. If my boss asks, you never met me.
A key? I think we both know my work was worth a little more than that.
I guess I can spare a few bits, and, here, this pack of smokes. Sorry, they don't really load me up with the goods. I gotta get back to it if you don't mind, Inspector.
Storage. The hell is Noika? I saw that room. I think it was somewhere around this way. Wait, that's the main quest. Piece together enough leads from Birdie's hotel room to locate a meeting spot in the weather monitoring station on the pilot house. Even if Birdie is no longer there, you can at least figure out what he was up to. I didn't know that was a thing. I pieced together. I'll need to sell something soon. Was a flamethrower 0.2. There we go. Level 27. Jeez. Well, it proved to be pretty useful on the bees. Open safe. Probably I can. What this icon means. That's really nothing. Crew quarters terminal. Alert to all sublight underground agents. Until further notice, the Eridanos atmospheric complex is under lockdown. No person is permitted to arrive or depart from the complex without explicit permission from Mr. Kincanon. From crew quarters terminal to Vargas, under control. Hey, Miss Vargas, I wanted to let you know everything is under control. Situation is normal, just a small weapon malfunction and a slight gas canister combustion. Workplace hazard really. Maybe if you actually trained us, instead of spending all your time shouting your overinflated head off, Slug wouldn't need to buy itself a new wall. Oh well. Live and learn. Yeah? Someone not part of your crew. To anyone on my idiot maintenance crew who is still alive and not actively on fire, I've gotten a dozen reports about an explosion in the generator room. Last I recall, I sent a team of your hullheads down there for a routine inspection. Please, please tell me you remembered to shut down the void-forsaken generator before you started jabbing around in there. Tell me you at least remembered that most basic basis of safety procedures. Because if you forgot, again, I swear on my grandmother's grave, I will find out. And then I will find you. And if, and I do mean if, any of your organs are still functioning after I've finished with you, I will rip them out and sell them to the nearest spatward vendor, which will make maybe half a dent in the monetary damages you've caused on Slug's behalf. Fuck! What does it get us? Explosion somewhere for some reason? Okay.
Don't hide! Come out and play!
God damn it, this guy again?
I'll keep my head down.
Right hit!
No one bring me down. I just want to see your head!
Don't mess with us.
To make you smile.
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something?
I need to ask you some questions regarding your co-worker, even called Colonel.
Sure. He in trouble or something?
Investigation's still pending.
Well, shit. What happened? Is he alright?
He didn't show up for work today. When did you see him last?
I just had a shift with Evan at the Purpleberry Orchards, kind of. We were supposed to haul some crates, but he was drunk when I got there. I took him to room 82 under the hotel so he could sleep it off. Guess he was drunker than I thought if he didn't show for work.
82 is the only one I couldn't unlock. I'd better go check.
I'd appreciate it if you did. I'd like to know he's okay.
How do I open it though? Fucking hell. Okay, help me. That's crazy. Still have 110? What is it from? Could be these things. Or these consumables. Yeah, what if we just... What if I sold all of those? That would have been sad. You know what? I'm just going to sell everything. Fuck this. There we go. Wayne waits. Done. So I'm not allowed to go in. Am I supposed to know how to get in there? I guess let's report to Ludovico. Is that another thing? Another bridge? Damn.
Embarrassed himself.
The hell?
Oh, sweet gibbering law! Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you.
Easy, friend. No need to get violent. There are as many reasons to spare my life as there are flavors in Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. I'll give you 2 reasons. First, I am a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Enterprise. And secondly, I'm just here doing a job for a VIP. Mascot's honor.
What kind of job?
I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message. Something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
Well, I did find it. Why is it a lie? Or was it a different message? Well, you are of luck. I found it already. It's pretty incriminating.
You found the recording? Oh, well, that's just sweeter than a fistful of purple berry punch. Oh, law, Birdie's gonna slaughter me like a woolly cow. Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Tell me what you know, or they'll have to rinse your remains out of that mascot outfit.
What? But I can't? Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I can't. Not here. I'm sorry. The pilot house complex.
But why did
Meet
you
me
put
there,
this
and I'll tell you everything,
intimidate?
I swear.
Check if it's not possible. God, knows the truth. Please hurry, don't know how much longer I can keep. Great. That doesn't help.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
And more than few lives, that doesn't bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
Reach for the cigarette. The plot thickens, Administrator.
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
All I know is she recognized the killer.
Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Helen insisted on touring the Rizzo's RR&DD lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
What were you going to show her during the tour?
Little of consequence. We'd tour the grounds, pause at some locations appropriate for a portrait, let her shake hands with our scientists. Public relations.
She spent a little time at the orchards. I found evidence she was at a picnic. Maybe she wanted that leech or birdie.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Someone stole data from one of the terminals in research and development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
Does it? This happened just before the mosquito attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
I'll let you know if I learn anything else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Hey, why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in my room?
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand. Is this the lead-up to a joke?
There was a Rizzo's mascot poking around in my room. I'd like to know why.
I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service.
I already know
I
why.
think.
He had some pretty interesting things to say about Black Hole Birdie.
Such as?
Birdie convinced him to break into my room. You didn't know about this?
I most certainly did not. My policy toward Eridanos is one of, shall we say, benign negligence. I keep my distance and don't involve myself unless necessary. In any case, let me apologize for this unfortunate business. I'm sure this mascot meant no harm.
I'll take your word for it.
Was there anything else?
Like, he was searching an exact place where the weapon was supposed to be.
What floor would you...
I don't know. Why do they have their own corner? Bellamy roof. Cause of death, plasma damage to upper vertebrae. Occipital bone. Cerebellum. It's as if it's not finished. An autopsy report on Ruth Bellamy, formerly Halcyon Helen. Could this be the apex of my profession? Bellamy's corpse shows evidence of several possible causes of death, but I have determined the killing blow was plasma damage to her upper vertebrae, occipital bone and cerebellum. Death was instantaneous and painless, so vertebrae is like neck? Occipital, I'm not sure. Cerebellum, the head? Or spine vertebrae. Each of the series of small bones forming the backbone, having several projections. Okay, and then occipital.
Occipital.
Occipital. Relating or to or situated in the back of the head. Hold on. The back of the head, and then cerebellum. Part of the brain. Or the upper part of the brain, which is cortex? No, cerebellum is not that. It's like, it's a part of the brain, but it's another one. It's like a back part. Death was instantaneous and painless. Was that 2 shots then, or what? Did the plasma shot went through the spine and like was it one shot? Frankly, her death may have come as a relief. She was unwell prior to the attack. High concentration of poisonous compounds in her stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Not lethal, but uncomfortable in the extreme. Spencer Woolridge complained of similar stomach ailments in this. Is this a problem common to professional actors? Oh, okay, so he also drank that? Was it an attempt on poisoning, but they didn't do it right? Bosch, Hartford. Back pains. Another day, another case that bores me to drink. The ill-fated Byzantine of the hour thought it prudent to gorge himself on enough purple-berry wine to incapacitate a primal. He then attempted to reach the lobby by stairs rather than elevator and fell down 6 flights. At a mechanical servant broke his fall. He broke their servo mechanisms and will be billed accordingly. Fractures in left clavicle, right femur, parietal bone, ribs. More injuries than brain cells. I recommend replacing purple-berry wine with Rizzo's Spectrum Violet in order to appease Rizzo's company policy. Han Nina. Finally, something a little different from the norm. Miss Han came in earlier today, escorted by her sister. Apparently not long after arriving at Eridanos, the two of them went on a trip through the purple-berry orchards. Miss Han's sister visited the puzzle hedges, but quickly became lost. When she eventually made her way out, Miss Han was nowhere to be found. The sister claims that Miss Han returned to their hotel room several hours later, but has been unusual ever since. Her sister described the patient as formerly sullen, morose, phlegmatic, and given to melancholia. Her demeanor has transformed into an unpleasant degree of levity and shocking enthusiasm toward everything. I suggested vast quantities of cheap alcohol. You haven't noticed? God damn it. How are we ignoring the leeches? Is that part of their chemistry? Are they making us not notice them or what? Like those plants and oxygen not included? Man, it will take a pretty long time to get 1 to 150. More weight.
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
Yeah, I read your report on your terminal.
You know, that is a remarkably brazen invasion of privacy. I feel a strange combination of annoyed and flattered. Would you humor me? I really was looking forward to delivering my autopsy report. It's one of the perks of my profession.
Alright, go ahead.
Much appreciated, Inspector. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, you know, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure.
Someone was obviously trying to poison Helen. Well, not necessarily. Maybe there was a mistake of some kind.
Oh, most certainly. Well, possibly they were trying to make her extremely uncomfortable, but I suppose killing her would also satisfy that criterion.
I'm sure it wasn't just the hotel food.
The thought occurred to me. I tested this hypothesis by vacating the contents of my stomach and testing for the presence of the same toxin. Slightly elevated levels of mercury and an alarming amount of blue food coloring. But other than that, no. I'm certain it wasn't, as you put it, just the hotel food.
You did what?
I did science. You know, my profession.
I should go speak with Spencer then.
Conversations with Mr. Woolrich tend to spontaneously transform into monologues. You'll find him on the VIP guest floor. I'd best return to work, Inspector. Autopsies always whet my appetite, and all this talk of food is distracting me.
Alright. Well, I'm hoping that I'll find along the way a way to open that
What floor would you...
door. A2.
Please, can't you see my heart is bursting at the seams? I absolutely must go out. A quote from the Sisty Cutlet. Ask me.
I hear you were poisoned.
Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most explicitly pronounced. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar? Oh, we've clashed almost non-stop about his slop preparation. He must have tainted my meal in retaliation.
Well, it wasn't a drink. Can you think of anyone other than the chef who would want to harm you?
None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of respect that they deserve.
Why didn't you go to the clinic for your stomach pains?
Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer Woolrich, Aetherwave star, spotted in gastronomic distress. Oh, unseemly hardly describes the half of it.
According to the coroner, Helen was also poisoned.
How alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad constitution that I'm standing here before you.
Helen wasn't killed by the poison.
Oh, that's very good to know. Perhaps the poisoner simply meant to incapacitate us both, disrupt the product launch. I couldn't say, Inspector. I'm merely an actor.
That's all I want to know.
Very well, then. Go, but I...
I did found the fucking bottle. I mean, I'm not going to talk about it.
You're... Oh?
Oh, there we go. Why we couldn't have talked about it before? I found a bottle of tainted liquor. Might have had something to do with your poisoning.
That, yes. Yes.
That's poorly
I
designed.
distinctly recall ordering an alcoholic beverage with my meal. This hotel is certainly bringing a new meaning to the phrase rotgut. Management shall receive the complaint to end all complaints.
Like, when we found the bottle, we could have started this whole conversation easily. Like asking, oh, there is a bottle with traces of poison. And he would say, oh, I've been poisoned. And we would start back and forth. Oh, the Helen was also poisoned. We didn't even need to have an autopsy, because we already knew that. But it could only launch when we get this specific quest at the specific time, and not a moment earlier. Well,
I'm quite used.
So who? The staff brought this bottle, or what?
What floor would
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%.
He seems like a workplace hazard. Hasn't Slug caught this?
Searching Slug work logs. No work log found. Creating conjecture. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of responsibility on the part of their employees.
Is this normal?
Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not. That or the employees tasked with inspecting are shirking their duties. For shame.
Captain, no!
Performing scan. Gaslight appears to have gone out some time ago. Chance of explosive combustion without gaslight, 0.01%.
The world is very different.
Yes? Are you here for the
that's
double
cool.
rack of smoked sprat? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but you'll have to wait. Oh, don't give me that look. Let me see if I can pencil you in for later. Actually, what am I saying? I can't do that. I'm booked for the next month. You'll have to make a reservation.
I'm here to investigate Halcyon Helen's murder. I'd like to ask you some questions.
You're the inspector? Here? Why? I mean, you may ask me whatever you want. I have nothing to hide.
You seem pretty wed to your craft. Were you in the kitchen at the time of the murder?
No. As it so happens, I was down in the employee break room. I wasn't taking an unsanctioned break, of course. I was merely fetching ingredients.
So you said you were the hotel chef. What's that like?
I prep dishes day in and day out for guests, and while I doubt their palates are refined enough for my flavors, the work is rewarding. After all, I can take pride knowing that I simply am the best cook this side of Halcyon. No one else can even hope to compare.
Did you prepare all of the Helen's meals?
Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the meals of so important a guest.
You're sure no one else was involved?
Well, yes, I'm positive. Why?
If Helen was poisoned and no one else touched her meal, you poisoned her, right?
Oh, my law, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me that the culinary world was too dangerous, but I didn't heed her warnings. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients.
Wait, you were fetching ingredients during the murder and during that time too. What was Spencer Woolrich doing in the kitchen?
Mr. Woolrich often finds the hotel's meals wanting. He seems to enjoy complaining in person. While I could appreciate someone with a discerning palate for once, I believe that Mr. Woolrich simply enjoys the attention he gets from us.
Well,
though don't tell him I said
seems
as
like
much. If you wish
you
to
don't
speak
follow
with
instructions.
him, Mr. Woolrich can
was
most
allergic
likely
to
be
something
found in
and-
his suite on the VIP guest floor. He's usually there if he's not poking around here.
Whatever. Alibi is a little thin here. Why should I believe anything that you're saying?
I understand your reluctance, but... Oh, I just remembered. The kitchen security camera. It'll prove I'm telling the truth about everything. Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport. If you visit her, you can figure out what truly happened with Helen's meal.
Oh, great. But it's probably was deleted. Why were you being so invasive about leaving Helen's food unattended?
Well, it's a breach of professionalism, of course. Why else would I worry about it?
If you tell me the truth, I might be more inclined to believe the rest of what you say. Or should I just do intelligence? Because some halcyon food combinations turn to acid when unsupervised?
What? Truly? That's an alarming business oversight. Instead of volatile chemicals, the corporations should put barbiturates in everything. Everyone likes barbiturates.
What the hell is barbiturate?
But I don't believe that was a risk with Helen's meal. I was, up to something else. I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy bit of recreational drinking, and consequently, I may have been somewhat less than coherent after preparing Helen's meal.
Any idea where I might be able to find Bellhope Owens?
Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from the creatures at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. Our guests can be rather particular. Let's not talk about the incident with the Raptidon pheromone glands. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you, I'd make a trek to the reserve myself. Otherwise, who knows how long you'll have to wait.
That's all I want to talk about. Guess we'll see if you're telling the truth.
Thank you for your understanding, Inspector. I'm sure you'll find the true culprit before long.
Hmm. Broken elevator notice. The Grand Canyon. Oh yeah. I'm assuming we just ignored that we could watch security cameras because we can't, or what? Retrieve the kitchen security footage. Oh, it is on the list. Is it also on outside? Hell.
Not gonna let no one get me down. I got him.
I just wanted to make you smile!
I just want to be your friend.
Jesus. Wait, but how am I going to...
Inspector, good to see you. Let me just grant you access and... Welcome to the Piraeus Spaceport.
This guy knows something, also.
Hey, you! We've been looking for you, and by we, I mean Slug. Been real busy sniffing around Eridanos for clues, haven't you, Inspector? See, Sluglight Underground don't like that much.
Sluglight? That's a new one.
Should have kept your nose where it belonged, Inspector. Slug's sick of all your meddling in their affairs. Our affairs, I mean. We're... Draw, you damn breadworm, draw!
Oh. Shit. Intimidate or lie. I'm an inspector, fellow. Sticking my nose where it doesn't belong is my job.
Well, you ain't gonna stick that nose anywhere ever again.
Ooh. You're not really Slug, are you? It's okay, you can tell me.
Woolly piss! Why'd we decide to do this? Hey, any chance we could reschedule? Maybe do this whole showdown business, never?
150 persuade? Fucking hell. Oh, I hate this. I knew that would happen, but yeah, 150, I would not be able to get there without sacrificing science. Well, if I came here later, if I came here maybe like a couple of levels later, actually would have worked out. But okay, it's not super big deal. Get out of here.
You don't need to tell us twice. Come on, all. Let's get the hell out of here.
No chance I can pickpocket them on the way out. And they're going to disappear. No?
We're not gonna trouble you again. I swear. Ignore us. Ignore us.
What the hell does that mean? What are those icons? Like with the leech, I can understand, but there were a couple of others.
Greetings, non-criminally associated individual. The Rizzo's constabulary is currently not closed due to a sprat infestation. Bureaucratic processes are currently suspended. At present, criminal reports do not require paperwork. Please lament only in marked lamentation zones. Please speak clearly into this unit's recording instruments.
I need to acquire the Grand Colonial Kitchen's security footage from your archive.
All requests for security footage require a nominal compulsory bribe. Is that acceptable?
Ah, goddammit. Hurry here.
Bits received. Delivering footage. If you would like a wine recommendation to pair with that footage, please submit the requisite request forms. Is there any other assistance this unit may provide?
Your designation is Deputy Wine Taster? What are you doing in the constabulary?
Error. Unit designation no longer wine taster. Unit designation now deputy.
Do your wine testing instruments double as weapons or something?
While potential lethality of unit instrumentation bears towards 95%, violent utilization of equipment would void unit warranty. All Rizzo's constabularies must include at least one deputy constable among the pool of available Rizzo's employee candidates. This unit was considered the most competent.
You used to be a wine tasting mechanical. What's your favorite wine?
Unit does not have a favorite wine. Unit is incapable of taste.
Alright then.
How may this unit be of service to you?
Did you say something about sprat infestation?
Checking logs. Error. Informational limitations found. 2. Reciting limitation 1. Do not tell users about constabulary sprat infestation. We do not need to pay the health inspector's bribe a third time. Limitation 2. Do not read informational limitations allowed. Especially not to any of those void-damned, snot-nosed guests. Or I'll have you sold for parts.
Goodbye. Would it care if I steal? Mills Cassidy. Was that the one that we released? Cause of arrest, suspected smuggling. Maybe that's why it appeared almost right after that mission, right? Suspicion of smuggling is fait accompli to any arrest report involving Cassidy and Mills. Cassidy has made an attempt smuggling a hobby, and with a few more years of unsupervised practice, will likely elevate attempted smuggling into an art form. The key term here is attempted. I'm not at all confident in Cassidy's ability to successfully smuggle anything. She's clumsy in the extreme, obvious to a fault, and couldn't hide sand in the desert. Suspicion of smuggling nonetheless constitutes dissident, irresponsible, or otherwise untoward behavior contrary to the high standards of Rizzo's company law. Because Cassidy Mills falls under the purview of Sublight Underground, I expect Mr. Kincanon to pay her internment fees within 36 hours, as usual. Also Zuber, cause of arrest, disorderly conduct. Mr. Oza was found semi-conscious earlier yesterday morning, lying among the remains of a crate of Rizzo's confectionaries. Material value 15 bits, market loss approximately 1,500 bits. When approached by guards, Oza began to rave and yell, uttering phrases such as, "Rizzo's has slugs, they will kill us all." Mr. Oza was apprehended and brought to the constable's office. Slug bureaucrats have begun work on the defamation papers, which, in tandem with the price of the goods Mr. Oza destroyed, will likely force him into hard labor for the rest of his life. At least he won't be stoking any trouble between us and Rizzo's anymore. Lamb, Alexis, public drunkenness, 6th arrest of Lamb this month. He's getting close to his record. Well, could have just grabbed the security footage, I guess. I love terror on Monarch. Password. Welcome, Maria Keane. Constable, I know you don't need to hear this, but please be on your guard. Piraeus spaceport is technically outside my jurisdiction, which means you are the only representative of company law in Slug territory. This is more than I can reasonably expect from you, but I'd appreciate if you kept an eye on Cedric Kincanon. He's looking for any opportunity to seize control of the entire complex from me, and you are keeping him in check. You are the first, last, and the only line of defense between Slug's lawless hooligans and our project. I know you have dreams of something bigger than Eridanos. If this product launch is successful, if Spectrum Brown spreads to the rest of the colony, I promise you, I'll find you a place where you can be happy for the rest of your life. You are a valuable part of the Rizzo's family, and I will look after you, Quinton. Error. Record archives not found. Pursuant of the Reedus Company policy, all constabulary remains terminals must provide for the maintenance, archiving, and disposal of official records. Data recovery. Damn it. Hack 150 or engineering 65. Sovereign repair requires supervisor access. Please enter your supervisor clearance passcode. Engineering 65 is actually not that high. If I could bring Parvati, I might just be able to reach it actually. Accessing information on the record archive. Record archives not found. All reasons considered. Deleting record archives requires high level clearance. Any attempt to delete official records without clearance is a punishable offense. But who has the clearance?
Greetings, criminal. This unit would implore you to confess to your crime of landing with an expired permit. Please explicate your defense into this unit's recording equipment.
My permit wasn't expired, Scrap Heap. You probably just scanned it wrong.
Error. Unit's permit reading equipment was updated only last week. Please tell a different lie.
Tell a different... You're a mechanical. You ain't got the foggiest idea whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Correct. Criminal. However, Constable Keen has decreed that this unit will remain here, questioning you every minute until you submit a confession. Error. Information on recent exchange lost. Restarting conversation.
I mean,
greetings, criminal.
kind of like detectives also work. They exhaust people for hours.
Is that Keen? Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
It was fake after all. Let me out of here.
An aberration in the expected timeline for this organic being has occurred. Behold, the body of Maria Keen, formerly the constable of the Eridanos atmospheric complex. No signs of life detected. Maria Keen is survived by no known relatives.
I really don't like how I can see what I would have said if I had handguns. Like, now I know that. The pressure finally got there. What killed you?
Multiple puncture wounds detected along the frontal bone and between the clavicle. Furthermore, the location and circumference of exit wounds suggest a firearm with unconventional ammunition.
I've noticed some casings on the ground. Ammunition?
These casings are too minuscule for conventional small caliber firearms. Each casing resembles a lancing needle used for medical and surgical purposes.
The needler? What is the needler? Medical purposes, amplifier. Scan her blood for toxins.
High concentration of potassium chloride detected. Trace amounts of neurotoxin detected.
Potassium chloride? That would have stopped her heart.
These substances show the highest concentration near the entry and exit wounds. Cardiac arrest, rather than physical trauma, is the most likely cause of death.
Guess let's be dramatic. Amplifier, make a note, find whoever did this, and make them pay.
Your memo has been noted. This unit has been programmed to offer encouragement during moments of emotional strain. Banter protocol activated. We'll find the brat bastards responsible, Inspector.
Well, you didn't need to hack anything there. Damn it. And I sold engineering glasses, I should have left them. Stupid. Singularity still sawed off shotgun. This aggressively sawed off shotgun is the signature weapon of the Singularity Steel, a renowned space pirate, gunhand, and gardener. This weapon, just as board disapproved as its wielder's serial, is thankfully just a prop. Otherwise, attempting to fire it would have a 50-50 chance of reaming an entire room with the buckshot, or exploding in the user's hand. Let me patch my engineer, actually.
What floor would you...
Wait, I can't do it now? Shit. Please enter your supervisor clearance passcode now. But there was a choice to do a thing.
Spencer's quite the pathetic individual, isn't he? Overacts more in real life than his serials, which is quite the accomplishment.
I always wanted to see Eridanos. Sky above, sky below, horizons without end. Thanks for bringing me along, Captain.
Welcome back, please.
Constable Keen is dead.
Understood. This unit requires a moment to process this information. Information processed. Personal designation upgraded to acting constable. Thank you, law-abiding consumer.
Keen was the killer's latest victim. They could strike again.
This unit concurs with your inference. unapprehended killers are likely to continue killing.
Was it you? Did you kill Keen?
This unit has been programmed to adhere to board law. This unit is incapable of experiencing murderous or unlawful impulses.
Thanks for nothing.
This unit has been programmed to recommend a wine to pair with your grief. Wash away your sorrows with a glass of highly concentrated, partially fermented purple-berry wine. Has a body richer than Byzantium's elite, with an earthy aftertaste redolent of mostly oak.
It's true in the
Purple-berry wine
accomplishment how
coming
much
soon
dialogue they
from Rizzo's.
needed to just record for this, you know? But it's just, most of the time it's not very entertaining, I gotta say.
Welcome,
It's very
please.
pointless. Like, it's fun first couple times when they do like their advertisements and such, but it's getting old.
Hmm? Reminds me of a rose. Just a bit.
Hello. Welcome to Eridanos Dry Goods and Sundry, the most standard and unremarkable general store this side of Halcyon. I'm marketeer Joseph Dempsey, here to make your shopping experience as pleasant and normal as possible.
Standard and unremarkable, you say? Maybe you should invest in an advertising seminar.
Hey, folks take a lot of comfort in knowing their neighborhood general store is unchanging, eternal, like the land beneath their feet or the air in their lungs. Whoops, forgot I ain't supposed to poeticize on work time. The drab nature of our store profits is what I meant. Now, can I sell you anything?
Yeah, provided might want some new stuff. Still has this lame pistol. Maybe even this.
You got an appointment? Appointment?
Hello, I need to speak with Cedric.
Yeah, that's why you're here. Appointment?
Just say yes, lie. Can I make an appointment for right now?
Not entirely out of the question. Convince me.
Easy. The inspector is here to see Cedric. There will be no other outcome.
Inspector, you said? Well, maybe he'll appreciate your blunt charms. Maybe not. I'll see what he has to say. Mr. Kincannon, Got an inspector here demanding to see you. Want me to call the guards?
No, thank you, Eileen. I've been expecting him. Send him up, please.
Ah, Inspector. Eileen is my right-hand woman and the finest assistant to ever grace this office. She is also tremendously skilled in causing physical harm. I recommend you do not insult her with any further attempts at intimidation. Now then, here for my alibi, I assume.
It wasn't even that intimidating what I said, really. I was just saying, hey, I'm the inspector, let me in, and that's really it. Later. First, I want an explanation for that nonsense outside.
Another murder? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
I had a run-in with some slug agents.
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
How did thugs get their hands on slug gear?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you?
Somebody out there is trying to smear your good name.
Well, to smear my name, anyway. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
Presumably Ludovica more than anyone, given your working relationship.
You said it, not me. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
And where would I find Elliot Nasser to verify that?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
Well, yeah, but if I could find another person to confirm your alibi, it would be a bit more believable. So your alibi is that you were busy murdering someone else.
Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
So Helen's death is a net loss for Slug.
I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
I take it the guy who you tortured wasn't the source of your missing cargo then.
Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular isolated incident, and as such, does not resolve a concerning broader trend. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
What's the connection to Helen's murder?
I'm not sure. I'm only confident there is one. That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise is an extraordinary coincidence. I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
I guess I can't guarantee the theft isn't related to the murder.
I certainly wouldn't take that bet. Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads, me scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
I'll say this once. Whoever's behind this is going to jail, not to you.
You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free to search my office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
Before I get started.
Was there something else you wanted to
Scared
discuss?
it started, and the constable is dead.
Constable Keene? Now that is a damn shame. Am I right to think this wasn't a workplace accident?
This was murder, all right.
It seems murder is becoming an unsettling trend on Eridanos as of late. Thank you for informing me of Constable Keene's passing. When you find her killer, please be certain to make them suffer.
You're actually upset about this.
We may have been on opposite sides of the law on occasion, but we were not enemies. Perhaps it will shock you to hear her loss saddens me. Maria was a decent soul, and law knows those are in short supply around here. A little square, perhaps, in her dedication to the rules, but good nonetheless. I'm also saddened to have lost an occasional drinking buddy. She was quite good at cards, you know.
I'm sorry. Constable Keene, she didn't deserve this.
No, she didn't. But let's discuss something else. Do you have other matters requiring my attention?
Why does Ludovico hate you so much anyway?
The original incident? I made him an offer he should have refused.
That's assuming he could refuse it.
That's a bit rich, considering the way you behaved toward my assistant earlier. Our combative relationship stems from paperwork, mundanely enough. Rizzo's contracted sublet to construct the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Had Lou wanted Rizzo's to retain full control of Eridanos, He shouldn't have skimmed the revised contract I sent him. Lou's an administrator, for law's sake. I thought he would adore all the fine print I added.
So you tricked him.
Think of it this way. It was a test, and he failed. It was all perfectly legal, too, which irked Lou to no end. My power grab, as Lou called it, planted the seed of hatred. And Lou, obsessed with what should have been, has made sure to water it daily with his bitterness and anger.
Nurturing a grudge is an ugly thing. You should make peace with him.
Alas, I can't. I am, first and foremost, the head of Slug, and it simply wouldn't be good for business. Slug's control of Eridanos is a crucial step in my long-term plans for Sublight. The board needs to see irrefutable proof we are a respectable, legitimate business.
Why do you care so much what the board thinks?
Because one day soon, Sublight will obtain a seat on it. Meanwhile, our dear administrator is still laser-focused on old slights, which can be a nuisance. He's grown increasingly desperate to catch Slug with our hand in the proverbial cookie jar as of late, convinced we're involved in less than legal business opportunities.
Which of course you are.
I wish I could wink, but it always looks like I have something caught in my eye.
I have more questions about Helen.
Very well.
We knew from some letter or recording that this guy knows more, but there's no question about that. Did you have many dealings with Helen?
A few.
Maybe
Helen
we need
was strangely
to start
curious about the
conversation
private
again,
business operations
exit and
around
start it again.
Eridanos. She said it was role research, but how much business know-how does one actor truly need for an action picture? I also arranged to have Helen supplied with mag picks, bypass shunts, and other hacking tools. She wanted to buy in bulk.
That didn't strike you as suspicious?
That she bought in bulk? Not particularly. It takes time to learn to use tools like that deftly. I wonder, did she run out of time in the end?
Watch that. If you didn't kill her, any idea on who would want her dead?
That is the question, isn't it, Inspector? Tell me, do you really believe Helen's death was a mere crime of passion? Or one of petty career jealousy?
Clearly you don't.
This murder is bigger than Miss Helen's personal life. Bigger than her latest moving picture.
You think she had a powerful enemy?
Indeed. I suspect Helen arrived on Eridanos with grander plans than promoting Spectrum Brown. I knew I was right about you being clever, Inspector. I'm glad. Because whoever did kill Helen is not going to come forward so easily.
You know more than you're telling me.
I might. I just might. Your point, Inspector?
It's not a good look for a murder suspect.
Am I an official suspect, then? Intriguing. I'll look forward to how it all plays out. Be very careful, Inspector. I'd very much like to see you still around for the grand finale, whenever it comes, whatever shape it takes. One moment, if you please, Inspector. I've answered your questions. I believe it's my turn to ask you a question now. What, or who, made you decide to investigate me?
I've been asking like everyone who was in my field of view. It wasn't really because administrator sent me. Like I'm just going through the motions. Just had a hunch.
I see. What a shame your hunch didn't pan out. Now then, did you need anything else?
Excuse me.
Inspector. Do
Damn it.
Oh.
Grrr.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Doesn't want to tell us shit. Right, gonna end it here. We'll see you around.